Captain Poopers. We're going to go over my mod. Yes, I know. Now, here's the thing. I could have told you what is coming up in like future mods and stuff like that, or I could have just built the goddamn thing, got it over with, made a video, and that's what we're doing now. So let's get into it. Let's just hoppity hoopity heapity into the thing. Here we go. We're Soviet Union. There we go. I'm gonna jump in to where's my tanks? Scroll down. So there are some things that I have added to the Soviet Union. Now, if you guys hear me take a sip of water or something like that, I do apologize. I'm a bit congestiones today. Okay. My voice isn't what it needs to be. Okay. So, I've added the Valentine Mark II, the Valentine Mark III, the Valentine Mark IX. Great tanks, all very reliable, and probably the best British tank ever developed, and probably one of the most influential designs of World War II. To be honest, it actually really moved the bar a little bit in the British favor. Quite a bit. Like, everyone says, oh, the mighty Matilda was one of the best British tanks. No, I think that would go to this thing. Genuinely, because most British tanks were kind of not bueno, okay? This did the job. It was reliable as all heck, and the gun wasn't bad. It was showing its age towards the end of the war, but they upgraded it. 19, with the Mark IX. So, there you go. Boom. Now, the biggest changes have been to USA design here. We're going to go over the anti-tanks first. Now, you have your normal Wolverine, your Hellcat, and your Jackson. But what's this, you say? You've got the Super Hellcat. Now you got the Jackson M36T74 and the M36T78. For the Jacksons, right there. Boom, 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 boom. Pretty much, solid design. I don't know. I never consider these things like tank destroyers, to be honest. They followed the tank destroyer doctrine, but if you have a fully 100 80 degree rotating turret, to me that's a tank. Oh, but it doesn't have a top. Doesn't matter. Okay, does not matter. I do not care if it has a top or not. But they used them as a tank destroyer. I'm sure they did. Still tank in my eyes. A very lightly armored tank, but I mean, still a tank. I consider. I personally consider. Everyone else will say that it's a tank destroyer. I personally consider them a tank. That's just me. But I put them in tank destroyer, so don't worry. We're not going to have any horrible comments in the comment section. Oh, you don't know tank destroyer, blah 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 blah. I'm just saying I don't consider them tank destroyers. I consider them tanks. Okay, fully 100 and 360 degree turret. And to me a tank destroyer would be something that doesn't have a rotating turret, something that's low profile, low to the ground, can do ambushes, and is used for defense. And guess what? These things were used in the offense. Well, they were meant for defense, and they were used for defense and so yeah. But they were also mixed in with armored units, because guess what? You kind of wanted something to destroy a freaking Tiger, and if you have nothing but, Stuarts and Shermans, not the non-76mm version of Shermans, mind you, this thing will do it in a pinch. Not that they came across a lot of them, but just in case. Yeah, these things didn't, and most commanders didn't know how to use the damn things anyway, so I hate my phone. I literally hate my phone. Hold on, let me check my messages here. Very professional. I am going to turn off my phone. Power off. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Okay, so, moving on. We also have blah, 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 blah. The M2 light tank. Now the M2 is unique in that I don't know. It was just a really early light tank. and it looks a lot like a Stuart. I'm not gonna lie. It literally looks to me a lot like a Stuart. I'm sure a lot of them called them Stuarts, but they weren't. They were a very early. They were the precursor of the Stuart. Okay. So here we go. The A1, and confusingly the M2 A1 M19, which was the precursor to the Lee. So when you're looking up light tanks, the precursor to the Lee, you might come across, like if you type in M2A1, you might come across this thing, and this thing is not the M2A1 M19. Okay? And I think a lot of historical videos get this one wrong too. These were two different designs, two different. So when you're talking about the precursor to the Lee, they're talking about the M19. When you're talking about the precursor to the Stuart, they're talking about the M2A1 light tank. Two different designs. I'm sorry. Yes, they all came up with, oh, well, this one has a... I don't care. I don't care what the naming convention was. You could say, well, actually, they just added an extra, wheel thing to it and called it an M2 light tank. I don't care. I don't care. Two different designs, okay? Confusing as all heck. So, this actually had two turrets, and I might reduce that hard attack to 15, and increase the soft attack to 35, because I don't think this was armed with a 45 millimeter. I think it was just machine guns. You know what? We'll do 35, just in case. I don't think it was armed with anything bigger than that. I'll look into it. I'll do some research, okay? Because some of these had multi-turreted designs. Yes, even the United States was not clear of the multi-turreted design craze that was going on in Europe. They thought, hey, put two turrets on. That's definitely sound idea. So there you go. And you also have the M2A4. And we go down here. We've got the Stuart. There you go. And we've got multiple variations of that. We've got the M5 variation right there. Bada bing, bada booyah. And finally, right, we've got the Sherman. Now I changed the design for the Sherman, and I've added a few things. We've got the M4A1 76mm Sherman. That basically it had a 76mm gun that they left in Normandy because they didn't think they'd need it until they did. You'd have thought that talking to the British when they encountered the Tigers, that the United States military and the command structure would learn a thing or two from the first encounters of the Tiger, but no. No, we did not. They were using Shermans against the damn thing, too. I think it was up in Tunisia. And those Tigers were engaging the Sherman at ranges that the Sherman could just not engage at all. Oh, heavy losses there. So we got the M4A2, the M4A3 105 variant. We've got the M4A3 76, the M4A3, the Zippo, which is a Sherman with a flamethrower. It was the Marine variant of that. The M4A3E2. And by the way, we're talking about the Easy 8s, right? We're not talking about a 76mm on a Sherman. You have 76mm Shermans, and they were not called Easy 8s. When it comes down to an Easy 8, they're talking about the suspension right down here, okay? So just note that. Now this is a Thunderbolt, and you're thinking, but poofers, there's no Thunderbolt ever in. Shut up, I know. When looking this thing up, the Thunderbolt was just an up-armored Easy 8. I called it a Thunderbolt because I didn't know what else the fucking call the damn thing. It basically had an armored kit attached to it. So it's an Easy 8 with more armor. That's basically it. And it is represented in the game as such. So there you go. It's just an up-armored Sherman. Nothing massively special about it. It does have an extra fuel tank on the back. Here, hold on. We'll give it a little bit more fuel. There you go. But as far as the Sherman is concerned, yeah, nah, that could be a exhaust vent. Now that I think of it, I'm gonna have to look into that still a little bit more. Anyway, we'll just leave it the same. You know, just an up armored Sherman. Okay, hit save. Bada bing, bada booyah. Now let's get into the nitty gritty, because as much as no one cares about the new units that have been added to the game, I know what you're really in for. Yes, I do. Now, we do have 2 variants of the harbor. Now, I still need to fix the desert one. Give me a break here. I wanted to add some new stuff to the game in the world map, right? So this one is going to be located in Avalon tiles, right here. So this is Avalon tiles, Avalon Hill tiles. And this one has all the cool, you know, the cool freaking harbors now that you can adjust them, and they will actually fit on your map. They look cool. They're amazing. I know, because I made them, and I think they're amazing. I think it's a really good idea. I hope that the developer, Corsican Frog, maybe convinces his brother to make something like this so that they'll fit the hexes better. Just a request, just a minor request here. You know, I would really like to see that in the base game, but they're functional. I haven't had too many problems fitting these. There's like 1 or 2 things that are kind of off. Like if you're fitting something with only 2 hexes to a landmass, that's going to be a problem. But for the most part, I haven't had too many problems. I haven't had too many encounters of issues when it comes down to fitting these things, thank goodness. So, yeah. Now we are moving on to the world scale, because this is the bread and butter, lads and chads. We have train stations. Bum ba 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 ba. I think I hurt myself a little bit there. Okay, so you got a road here. You got your rail system right next to it. Why do we have a rail system right next to it, Poofers? You're insane. You're insane, my friend. That's because we have road rails. There you go. We've got road rails now. There you go. I've got a bit of a road rail situation going on. Boom. I need to take a drink of water. Holy shit. You know, your voice dries out in winter, I'm telling you. Woo! So we've got rails now. We're cooking with gasoline here. Bada bing, bada booshka. Bada bang. Now, I still don't think I've implemented the winter tile sets correctly. So you're going to have to hold on this for now. You can play around with it right now. You can use it. It is an Avalon Hill world scale. It's not the basic it's not the basic Avalon Hill tiles. It's the Avalon Hill world scale. I put it separate from that because not everyone can use Avalon Hill. There's a lot of tiles added to Avalon Hill, and you know, cell phones aren't exactly what I'd consider a powerhouse in technology when it comes to like processing power and stuff like that. So put it in world. I put this in a separate mod onto itself. Cell phone users, mobile users, you can use this. But keep in mind, like if you're just using this for your maps, It's going to look weird because this was meant for Avalon Hill. I know, I'm sorry. I don't have, like, I'm not as great of an artist. I just rip things from games and then plunk it in. Um, so, yeah, that's what I do. Anyway, boom. Do we have... Yeah, no, I haven't set up the railroad yet. Or the road rail. So, there's one more thing. We have Dirt Road. Now, you'll notice something unique about Dirt Road. It's basically planes. It is. I wanted 1.5 movement. Couldn't get it. So now it's got the movement of planes, which is 2 hexes per grid. It is just fancy. Why did I add this? Russia, oddly enough, had a lot of dirt roads. A lot of dirt road. When I mean a lot of... Did I mention they have a lot of dirt roads? Because they have a lot of dirt roads. Okay? And during the summertime, the Germans had a lot of trouble traversing the terrain. Not because it was hard to traverse, but because that dirt turned to dust, and that dust got in the engine, and that also, made the unit slower by comparison. In the wintertime, it got worse. Okay? A lot worse. Which is why I wanted the movement point class to be 1.5, but, beggars can't be choosers. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Now, Russia had a lot of dirt roads. A lot of dirt roads. There might have been a few good solid roads, but even today, you could see that when fighting in Ukraine, there's a lot of dirt roads. There's a lot of concrete roads, true, right? But there's also a lot of dirt roads. So that's still represented. Like, even to this day, even many years later, they've got a lot of dirt roads. Even America, Central America, well, not Central America, but North America, in the central part of the plains areas. I guess they would call that the Midwest. Shut up. Okay. We had a lot of dirt roads. Okay. So just past the Mississippi, in between California, that whole territory, yeah, there's a lot of dirt roads out there. So I wanted to represent that as such. So there you go. Some new stuff added to the map. You've got your fades, which, I'm still making it 2, but I might make these a speed of 1. I don't know. Because I've also got fades too, which are like these. I don't know. And we've got bridges for all of them, so don't worry. All the bridges are set up. All adorables and stuff. There you go. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I am going to pause the video a bit. We're gonna do a cut, and I'm gonna show you the updates to the map. I haven't really worked on the map too much. It's mostly been converting everything. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Converted everything to 2000 by 2000 hex. So, PC users. This is the big thing. PC users who have 16 gigs of RAM, try and use Avalon Hill and Germany. The Germany Hill, Avalon Hill Germany tiles. Use those 2 mods together and get back to me. I want to see if if it works, right? I don't know if it's going to crash. I should ask around and see if people are having problems with it. It's recommended that you use 32 gigs, but I would want to, if a 16 gig system runs on Avalon Hill tiles and Germany Hill tiles, both mods together, if a 16 gig PC rig works with that, I would really like to know. So, give me, like, everyone tells me when things are broken. No one tells me when things are working again. So, I kind of want to know. I kind of want to know if the compression rate for the 2000 by 2000 hex grid works. Let me know. Okay? So there we go. So yeah, pausing here, and we are back. If it takes forever to load the world map, your computer is not frozen. First of all, okay, it just takes a really long time. Hold on. I see an issue. I haven't. Yeah, no, I haven't fixed the world map yet. So it's still up to the old, shall we say, issues that it's been having. Um, so it doesn't have the new harbors in yet. I fixed the European map. Okay, I fixed the European map. That's the best you're gonna get for now. Um, Everything else, it's gonna be all kind of wonky. But there is good news. Most of Australia is done. Well, parts of Australia is done. But I think the best news is all of the Pacific minus Australia is done. Is done. DUN done. And, we got a lot of, Australia done here. A lot of Australia is pretty much done here. So, it's not all bad. It's not all horrible and terribles, you know? So, yeah, there you go. Still need to add those parts in there, but overall, I'm pretty satisfied with the end results. There's just a lot here. There is a lot here. But, yeah, you got Japan up there. You got some islands up here. Yeah, all of Asia's done now. So that was the big thing. Like, trying to get this done. Just this took quite a few days. So, now all of China's done. The Orient, as it were. I've finally started adding units. I think Africa is going to be like the biggest pain in the butt so far. Central America, I've got bits of it worked on so far, just a little bit. Not, nothing too crazy, nothing too insane, but yeah, it's coming along. Again, not that any of these countries really didn't matter in World War II. They really didn't, minus Brazil, which sent some troops over for as volunteers, but besides America, they were the only other American country that sent out troops or anything really. So the contribution from besides the United States of America was rather muted. I'm going to say that right now. But yeah, we finally have troops on the board. Look at that. There's Italy. Italy. So, yeah. It's coming along great. Today I think I might actually play a game and post it up on the YouTubes and have some fun there. Otherwise, yeah, I'm not going to play a world map because the world map is not done. Oh, Poland is ready to go for the most part. Still got to put in Russia. Jesus Christ. But, yeah, a lot of work went into this. A lot of work still needs to get done into this. I'm happy with the result. Really, I am. So, I like. My favorite is going to be. Where is it? There it is. There you is Hawaii. Because I think this is a better Hawaii. I'm not even. I know it's a little bit enlarged, but it's got all the ships there, and it looks really cool. It looks a lot better than the Pacific map. I might actually implement this into the Pacific Theater map that I got going. But look at that, it's adorable. I like it. I like it so much. Okay. Hide all units. Look at that. You got Oahu. You got the road system stuff. Ooh. But yeah, look at that. It's adorable. I probably should. I probably should while I'm here, because I really want to see what it looks like when it's with the new ports and everything like that. Da, 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 da. Boop. That looks good. I like it. Oh my goodness, I like that. Really? No, you have no idea. No, and I got the Curtis Hawks. I did have a few Curtis Hawks. I think they were starting to have P40s, put in, added in, but pretty good, pretty solid design. The P36, So anyway, that's pretty much it that I've got to show today. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoyed this little video of me showing off everything that I've got and everything that's been upcoming and going on with my mod. I am Captain Poofers, your host with the most, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.